Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video today, I'm bringing you some bad news concerning the popular chat stories app best known as the Hooked app. So I recently received an automated email from them that pretty much stated they're removing the writing feature from the app. This basically means that after they released a new 3.4.0 update, regular everyday users like me and you will only be able to read chat stories on the app, not write them. And before I go any further with this video slash rant, let me just go ahead and read you or show you exactly what the email said. It's been over a year since we gave you the tools to write your own stories in Hooked. We've been overwhelmed by the response. Millions of stories have been created. It's been a huge outpouring of creativity, and we're grateful that you took the time to write, to share your unique stories and perspectives. During this time, the Hooked community has grown considerably, with tens of millions of people around the world reading billions of fictional text messages. As we've grown, Hooked has become synonymous with reading great stories on the phone. As we begin the next phase of Hooked, we've decided to focus all our energies on professional content. This means that we will be phasing out the story writing tool from Hooked. Here's what's happening. We will release version 3.4.0 of Hooked. This version of the app will not contain a story writing tool. Over time, we will also phase out user-generated stories from the app to feature Hooked original stories only. Along with the 3.4.0 version, we will launch a story export tool. We know you spent a lot of time writing some great stories, and we don't want you to lose all your hard work. After you install version 3.4.0, navigate to your stories within your profile and follow the instructions to download your stories. Starting Friday, December 1 is the last day to export your stories. As of December 1st, you will no longer be able to access any of the stories that you wrote on the app. We know many of you are talented authors, and we don't want you to stop writing here. We will still be accepting story submissions from agented authors going forward, and we encourage you to use resources like Publishers Marketplace or Poets and Writers to help find an agent. Okay, so currently you can only, or you could only, create chat stories on Hooked if you had an iOS, aka an Apple device. So like Android users really never had the option to create stories, only, read them on the app. But now, whenever this new update gets released, no one will be able to make chat stories on Hooked. So it's like they're basically only seeking out professional, established writers to work with and provide content on the app. So not everyday people like you and me who use the app for fun or aren't repped by anyone and don't have an agent to help showcase our work or our work to publishers or apps. So getting into my little rant, giving my personal opinion on this whole thing, I find it incredibly odd for why one of the biggest and most downloaded, like 5 million downloads I think, downloaded chat story based apps out there would take away their most prominent feature, which is the story making tool. It literally makes no sense to me, and it kind of feels like they're taking a few steps back as far as keeping people interested goes. And I don't know about you, but I want to be able to do more on an app like this than just, read stories all the time. I want to be able to make my own stories, and if I can't write and share my own chat stories, it's kind of just like, what's the point in sticking around? So, yeah, reading all the different chat stories can be entertaining on occasion, but at the same time, it can kind of get boring and dull, and it's like, what's going to keep me coming back to, keep using this app? So I started using Hooked and writing stories on here and posting on my YouTube channel in like early 2016, around May. And with all the new changes that they're starting, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little disappointed by this news. So anyway, that's pretty much the big news update that I have for you guys. I figured, since my channel is chat story based and story based, all things reading and writing, I figured I'd do a little video like this to kind of keep you guys in the loop. And even though it seems like Hooked is changing for the worst, Tap by Wattpad, another chat stories based app, is actually, getting better. And if you don't know by now, Wattpad, the popular site where you can read books online for free, yada yada. So Wattpad has their own chat stories app called Tap, and it's basically been Hook's competitor since it launched. And Tap has so many cool features and original exclusive content that gets updated weekly, and I can go on about them. And unlike Hooked, you're actually able to create your own chat stories on both iOS and Android devices. So if you're a Hooked fan and you're looking someplace to take your stories, repost your stories, or you're just looking for an app in general to create your own chat story, start your own little thing, I highly recommend, out of all the chat stories currently on the market, I highly recommend that you give Tap by Wattpad a try. So the links for Tap and all of that will be in the description box below. And lastly, to wrap this thing up, thanks so much for watching. Let me know how you guys feel about these new changes coming from Hooked. Let me know if you're going to stick around, if you're going to go elsewhere. Thumbs up to support the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.